Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rumble and Roar podcast. I'm your host, Lenoria, and I have with me an uprising fashion designer. Yes, right? I said it right.
Yep.
And her name is Rikki Andrea.
Yes.
When I tell you, I found out about her fashion from my daughter-in-law. She came home one day and I didn't see her leaving, but when she got back, I looked at her and I was like, that is really nice. Where did you get that from? She said, I ordered this from a new fashion designer. I said, well, that is really dope. Mm-hmm. Look, me trying to be young. I said, that's dope, girl. I said, but anyway, it's so nice. And I said, I would love for her to be on my show and just, talk about her line. And she agreed.
Yes.
So here we are, and I just want to ask you a couple of things. And you know what? I love fashion. I love clothes.
Yes.
And I know that there are a lot of people who love fashion, who love clothes, but they just because they love it, they don't go that extra step to design it and put it out there. Mm-hmm. What inspired you to do this?
Well, like you said, I love fashion. I grew up a lot just in clothes. My mom used to dress me and my sisters together. Everywhere we went, we were matching, hair done.
Are y'all twins?
No, we're my older sister, I'm 2 years younger than her, and then me and my other sister, they call us twins, but we're a year and a half apart, and we were always just matching growing up. So I grew up loving clothes.
Yes.
But in high school, my sister started to cut up stuff, put stuff together. I'm like, that looks so cool. But I didn't think I would be able to do it because I'm not the type to sit down, sew everything.
Does your sister still do that today?
She does handmade, all that type of
stuff. And she designs as well?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh my, that's so good.
Yeah, so we do a lot of collabs together, but I just started doing it digitally, doing little graphic designs and things like that. And I'm like, I could put this on a...
You went a step further.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at you. That's good. Okay, because I'm a business owner as well, I want to ask you how you came up with your name. I know how I came up with my name for my business, but I want to know, how do you come up with a name? Probably the same thing, guys.
Yeah.
How did you come up with your name? Where were you? Can you remember what happened the day when you were like, oh, I'm naming my brand this?
Yes.
What happened?
I was in my living room and I wanted it to be something that kind of went off of my name, Rikki. So I was looking through the dictionary of some words that started with R. But then I was like, there's a lot of words. How am I going to find something that match? But I really started to think about my grandfather. He gave me a lot of confidence growing up, and he would just always be like, you're my only Rikki, because I'm the only one named Rikki. My brother's named Rick, my dad's named Rick, his name is Rick, and then I'm Rikki. So I was like, okay, I can kind of do something unique, but then I was like, okay, it can't be unique. It has to go with Rikki, so I chose Rare, and that's kind of how I kind of got the name for that.
And that's a really good name for a line.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Rikki. Yes. Okay. How do you come up with your styles?
Now that I kind of just went off of what I like to wear. I wanted to make it really personable to me. Mm-hmm. So I like a lot of baggy lingerie, hoodies. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick to what I know, because
do you ever look at other styles and say, okay, that's something good that I could enhance. I don't want to copy them. I don't want to do this, but I'm pretty sure you do, because that's what singers do. That's what everybody do. You can hear something or see something. It's like, okay, that's good. However, I can do better.
Yes.
I can. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I look at different lines and things like that. I'm looking at what everybody's wearing. That's the first thing I see in someone is, what are you wearing? Where'd you get that from? Ooh, I could do something like that.
Or demands.
Yes.
But you know what? Clothes is so competitive.
Yes.
And it's so demanding. And people will love something, and then it's just like music. And it's in and it's out. You gotta constantly keep making and doing things. That would be kind of to me, oh my goodness, it's gonna keep me just crazy. Yes.
I feel like that sometimes. I'm like, oh, I need to switch. But kind of just sticking to what you know, personable to me, it kind of makes it like not so bad, because it's like, you know, as long as I like it, then somebody's gonna
like it as well.
Exactly.
And that is so true. And I'm sure that's how Gucci and Louis and all of them do it, you know. Yeah, because I'm just thinking, guys, because they will just design something.
Literally.
Yes, and then they put it out there, and in hopes that, you know, the people that are wearing it or see it will like it, and that's how it goes forward.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. How do you determine the price of the clothes? And I'm asking this because she can answer me. However, I'm thinking that pretty much like everything else, you go in with how much somebody else is charging, but
I do like to look at what everyone else is charging, and then I kind of go off on how much it costs to produce the product.
Right.
So I start off with that, and then how much I can profit if I, you know, and then I look at competition. But for the most part, I am mostly looking at how much it costs for me to make the product first.
Right.
To determine my price point.
And then you might not, maybe or maybe not, be able to get the same prices as someone else, because like you said, yours you might have to put more into making yours. They might throw some stuff together and it didn't cost them, but I'm just throwing a number, $20, and it costs you $90 to do it. So of course mine can't be $50 for my outfit because it cost me $90 to make it.
Exactly.
Right.
So I try to market those type of points, like, oh, we did this to the outfit, so you can really see that you're getting your money's worth when you buy the outfit. Yeah. And
that was going to be my next question is, how do you start a clothing line? You know, what is the process? So I put down, okay, you got to think of the business name, like I did. Yes. And think of unique things like we were just talking about. It has to be, you know, different.
It does have to be different. I know a lot of people are doing kind of the same, but it's nice to go in it with a mindset that you want to do better than what is already out there.
Right. Okay, so guys, this is the money part of it. How much money do you need to start the clothing line?
Oof, that is a good question.
I guess it depends on what you're going to make.
Yeah, I was just about to say, 'cause I actually started off with t-shirts. So my Nana actually got me a heat press to start my business, and that was like $200. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to, like, you know, press some t-shirts, do a little design. So I mean, that cost me, like, to just start that, like, $1,000. But if you like going into it, like, you want cuts, so customize, I would say you need at least 10,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, samples are expensive. It can get expensive.
So, like you said, it depends on what you're going to be making.
Exactly.
Because what I have here, it says the average cost to start an online clothing line spans anywhere between $5,800, like you know, to $17,000.
Yep.
So you were right in the middle of that. Okay. And for a large retail clothing line business, it ranges between $64,500, yes, and $131,300. These costs are greatly influenced by the factors such as the factors such as locations and the size and yeah. Okay, so well, I guess so. If you're in a really nice location, you're paying for that. You're paying for so
exactly.
All of that is a factor.
Yes.
Okay. So how many items do you need to start a clothing line?
Honestly, if you're just starting, if it's a hoodie, a t-shirt, throw it on there, because people are literally putting one item out and TikTok is taking that one item and it's going crazy.
Right.
So if you have one idea, start off with the one idea. But if you got a little money, you know, a few ideas, you can do about like 2, 3, give people an option to just start, you know,
and that's what it says, around 5 to 10 items. Me, if I started with money or not, even if I had a little money, I would still start with only couple because I want to make sure that this is something people want. I don't want to just,
buy a whole inventory and then nobody
be doing a
buys it.
lot and then yes, exactly. I'll be like, no, I done wasted all my money.
Exactly.
And then who's gonna wear all of these sizes?
Exactly.
Okay. So, let me see. It says, how many items do you need to start a clothing line? When starting a clothing line, most experts recommend launching with a small collection, like you said, around 5 to 10 items. How many items will make a collection? There is no minimum number of items for a collection. So I guess you can have one and that's still, like you were saying.
Exactly.
You can start out with that. Okay. This is something, and I knew this before I even saw this. Which clothing size sell the most?
Oh yeah.
And when you're looking at the numbers,
yes.
like the size, which size sell the most?
Mine is large. Large sells out first every single time.
Ding 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 ding!
Yes.
She got it, guys. Yes.
Every single time.
It says large is most common. The t-shirts that's 30%. The medium is 28%.
Yep, that sounds about
Extra
right.
large is 20%, and the percentage of are much lower or smaller. Wait a minute. Extra large is 20%. The percentages are much lower or smaller in larger sizes. So the larger sizes is like 2X, 3X, 4X. The percentage is much lower.
Yeah.
So the highest percent is large.
Yeah, large every time.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. What clothing item is sold the most?
Starting mine, I would say my hoodies was the most popular. I did start off with t-shirts, but once I released my hoodies, like those surpassed my t-shirts. Like everybody wants hoodies, zip-ups.
Right. So when you say that, and because it does say that, it does say hoodies is the higher percentage. Is that for what bracket? What is that for? Younger people? Is that for older, or just everybody? Or who do you notice that demand the hoodies? That's what I'm trying to say, guys.
I want to say everybody, because everybody can wear a hoodie. Everybody needs a hoodie, and you can use it all year round. Like when you go to the airport, in the morning, going to the gym, throwing it on to go to the grocery store. So I want to say everybody. But I know the generation coming up, like 18 through like 25, they're like
on
pretty
it.
Crazy. Yeah.
On it.
Yes.
You know what? I saw something. I'm not sure. It was Instagram, and the teachers were switching.
Oh,
they were switching. So the teachers were going to be the kids, and the kids are that. Well, no, they didn't show the kids, but the teachers were acting like the kids. And one of the teachers had a hoodie on, walking down the hall, and yes, and somebody said, "Take that hoodie off, young man." And he had the hoodie on. He was like, "You didn't buy this hoodie. My mom bought this hoodie." They were just, showing you how rebellious and how they do. Yes.
The kids be.
Yeah, so it says, okay, so what clothing item is sold the most? As of 2019, hoodies are 67%. Okay. T-shirts are 67%.
That sounds about right.
Footwear is 66%.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Okay, so now this is really something. How much should or do you profit? Wait a minute. How much profit should you make on a clothing product? If you spent, I'm just saying, guys, I'm not sure. If you spent maybe, let's just say $100 on making it, how much profit do you think you should spend to, no, not profit. How much profit do you think that you should get?
Okay, yeah.
Or is reasonable?
If you're lucky, you can try to get half, but once you kind of like pay out like, like other little business things, it can range from about, I would say like maybe 20 to 30.
That's what it says, 30, yeah. So when you say half, is that what the goal is for most clothing business owners? So
yeah.
To get half.
Yeah, at least half of that. So if I, got a bulk order of like 2,100, I will at least try to make at least 4,500,
Right.
so I can at least profit
Right.
20 to 30%, and then
Yes.
still run the business.
Because you have to profit. I mean, it's not a business if you don't.
Exactly.
You gotta, yes, it says making, how much profit should you make on a clothing product? Some industries experts say 30 to 40% profit margin comfortably to make your money with POD, and that's print on demand. However, your margin may start lower than this when you're just entering the new market.
Yes.
Of course, we have to crawl before we walk.
Exactly.
So it would be good to just put it out there and then it goes, it's
Yes.
Zoom. Yes. Okay. So you say your sister is doing this as well.
Yes.
And how long have you been doing this for?
I say about 3 years I've been doing this. I did take like a year break, so I kind of tell myself like technically I'm like 2 years.
Why did you take that break?
Just life stuff. Like COVID happened. I was moving out of my parents' house.
Yes.
And that's an adjustment when you start living out on your own. So I would say like during that period, like my business wasn't as consistent, but I did learn a lot. But consistently like two.
So when COVID happened, had you already been making your stuff, your product, or you were starting on it then because a lot of people had a lot of time?
Exactly. I was starting on it then because I did have a lot of time.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. And your sister, she started it around the same time, or?
Yeah, around the same time, I want to say. But she's been crocheting and doing all of that since like we were younger.
So if somebody wanted to buy your product, will they, do you do it online, or do they order from, I don't know. You tell me how can they?
I have actually a storefront, so you can order directly online, but some people that are like, close with me, I'll, deliver it to you just in hand. Yeah.
Okay. When I read this, I said, I'm not sure if this is, I know this cannot be for me, because if I counted everything in my closet, no, it won't be no 77. Okay, let me just read. Let me read the question. The question says, how much does the average person own in clothing?
Ooh.
And you know what age has to be a factor, because if you become my age, you got clothes in every room, and you got a billion clothes.
That's how I feel now.
Okay.
I'm a shopper. I like clothes, and then now I make clothes, so I'm like, I want everything like customizable.
Yes. And this here, it says most survey response seems to be between 77. Oof. I know that's low. And 155 pieces in their wardrobe.
For me, that I feel like I have more.
There's no feel for me. I know for certain I have more. This is but I'm much seasoned. I'm not gonna say all the but I'm much seasoned, so I know. I've been around for a minute, and I got a whole bunch of clothes. Even though I try my best to purge and get some of it out, but I'm
coming in.
and yes, and not only that, certain things I just hold on to, knowing I need not to, but it's just something I can't part with it. So and now I have that old stuff, then I have the new stuff, and it's just so no 100. Wait a minute, 155 and 75.
Enough for us.
I think this should be. It's just a joke, guys. A toddler's number, because true. Okay, so do you have to trademark your clothing logo and your other things?
Yeah, I would say you definitely have to trademark, just because
somebody be trying to take it.
Yeah, people be trying to take it, and there's a lot of fast fashion brands. Once they see a up and coming artist that is trending, they'll take
and just snatch it
and they'll sell it
and be like, I didn't know it was yours, and I checked and it wasn't trademarked, so it's mine now. You good luck with trying to do something about it. But you know what? I think that would be. I mean, I know it happens, but guys, wouldn't that be just piss poor and terrible for someone to take advantage of somebody that just started out and they didn't know the ins and outs, and they didn't know really a lot about the industry or whatever, and didn't have nobody to guide them, which Google can do everything now, so you really don't have an excuse. However, just in case you might slip or just not know
Exactly.
And forget to logo something or forget to do something, I would not be able to look at somebody's stuff and just take it from them and be proud about it and making millions off of it, knowing I stole it from somebody.
That's
the decent thing to do is you can at least give them half or even more. You know you stole it.
At least. Or change something, like
yes.
make it a little different,
Yeah.
because it's really sad to see, because there's so many talented people out here and sometimes they get overlooked because it is stolen.
And that's what they do, and that's in the music industry as well. They will get a song and try and change one note and say it's yours. Come on, you know terrible. You just stole that daggone TikTok song. Stop,
Literally.
Stop. Okay, so this is just for us. It says, what is the average income of a clothing brand owner? And I know this has to vary. It has to
vary.
Because it says the top earners, 242,000. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, and monthly they would make 166.
Oh wow.
And the 75 percentile, 125,000. That's annually. That's what I should have said the first time, annually. And then monthly it's 10,000.
Oh wow.
416. Now average. And what do they call average?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that?
Okay, what's that? What's that?
Where are they getting this from?
I know, right? I got it from Google. Okay, so average they have 86,197. That's annually. That's got to be from somebody that's been in the industry and making and consistent, and then that's been doing really well. And monthly they make 7,183. That's really good. Okay, the 25 percentile, 26,500. That's annually, and monthly they make 2,208. That's still not bad money.
Yeah, that's not bad, and I would say that is pretty much the average when you're kind of trying to get your feet wet, like 2,000. Like you're lucky to even get a month where you're like consistent when you're first up and coming. I'm
trying to word this right, guys. I know you make your clothes, but you don't make them. Do you send them out to be made? And how does that work? Do you send them everything that you want done?
Down to the measurements. You got to kind of have it down to a T. Exactly, yes. The size chart, exactly how long you want it, where this is going to go, how many inches it is from, like all of that.
And you know what? I would have never known that all of that goes into it, and a lot of people, they always feel like something is easy, and until they are walking the walk, and they're like, wait a minute, I didn't think that that was, like I know a lot of people is like, what are you? I'm a daycare provider owner. Oh, I want to keep kids. No, it's not
it's
just
more than that.
Yes, please don't. No, and yours is more than just slapping rare on there.
Exactly.
No, it has to be in the right place, the right, everything. And see, no one would ever know that.
They wouldn't.
Not at all.
Like I wasn't even aware when I first started, because I was pressing them myself. So it's like, oh, I can get some blank hoodies, and kind of do it myself. But once I wanted to like really start being customizable, that's when I really learned like, you got to know everything about your clothes,
right,
and how it fits,
and make it have it sent somewhere where they're going to put it on, and it's going to be good, and you can wash it, and it's not stuck to the side of the dryer.
Exactly.
Okay, like you just ironed it in the daggone basement or something.
No, for real. Yeah,
no.
Because some of the people that you will go to, they will scam you.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah.
So where would you like to go with your brand? Where would you like to be with it?
I want it to be more than just a brand. I see a community. I see giving back. I see providing programs for people. Like, I just want to do so much. So, like, being in this spot now, I'm just like, I'm not doing enough. But
I wish it for you. I'm in agreement with you. Where two agree, it shall be. I want that as well. If I pray that I see a lot of people with your brand on, and you just keep on doing what you do, and I know you're gonna get there. I'm loving it. You're my sister, and you're doing this thing. Now, I know, did you bring some samples here for my audience to see?
I have on a suit now, but I did bring another suit.
Okay, so we're going to have a model to come by and to show your t-shirts, your hoodies. Okay, so. Okay guys, we're back. We had to get the other model, and Rikki Andrea will be modeling her clothes along with her other model. And I'm gonna let her tell what she has here.
Okay, yes. So I do have, this is my first hoodie set drop that I did early October. It was inspired by my grandfather because he used to be in the politics and things like that. So what we have is Rare embroidered on the front. This is not going to come off in the dryer or anything like that. It's hand stitched in there, and it's distressed because I like a little distress. And the inside we have a little cotton. So the sweats are 100% cotton for the most part, and they are pretty thick, so you can wear this in not in summertime, in the wintertime, you know, spring, things like that. Turn to the back, we have the Rare elephant. This is also stitched in distressed. Down here has my by Rikki Andrea, and then we also have the Rare stitch on the butt as well. And I'm also modeling being on my birthday actually, and it's going to be the same design with the elephant on the back in white. And then we get down to the pants, and they are actually stackable and flare, so you can keep them flare if you want, but they also adjust so you can stack it as well. And these are the suits. And I also do have another hoodie that I'm dropping on my birthday as well. And this is gonna just be the same type of design, but it has the black stitching. Pull out the jacket too. Yes, and the elephant is black as well in the back. You still get the flare and stackable at the bottom. They are tall girl friendly, short girl friendly, because you can stack them. Tall girl, they're gonna go all the way down to your legs, okay? They're not gonna stop at your ankles. I know a lot of tall girls are afraid of that, so we made it tall girl friendly as well.
And we will have all the information to get in touch with Miss Andrea, Rikki. And as always, guys, feel the rumble and listen to the roar. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.